In a world where everything seems built to break down ahead of time, there's still something that's valued like in the good old days. A car that won't leave you stranded on the side of the road. One that doesn't make you stare at the dashboard in fear or listen for weird noises while dreading the next bill. Sure, you could have the latest SUV packed with screens, assistants, and sensors everywhere. But if every trip to the shop turns into a nightmare, you don't have a vehicle. You have a rolling headache that steals your time, money, and sanity. Luckily, there are still trucks out there designed to last. Models that handle years of real-world use, hundreds of thousands of miles, and even as used buys, they're a solid bet. Vehicles that don't chase trends or hype, they rely on proven mechanics. They're not perfect in every way, of course. None are, but they're built to endure, to not give up at the first hiccup, and to keep you from shelling out a fortune on repairs every few months. In this video, you're gonna discover 9 reliable SUVs you can consider without a second thought. If you're looking for something that won't let you down as time goes on, this content could save you a ton of headaches. And if you like this style of videos where we talk straight, no fluff or favoritism about what's really worth buying, hit subscribe. Here, we don't hype brands for the sake of it, just facts, real experience, and a bit of common sense. Alright, let's get right to it. Toyota Corolla Cross. If someone told you there's a modern SUV with decent space, low fuel use, and that hardly ever sees the shop, would you believe them? Well, it exists, and it's called the Toyota Corolla Cross. Guess even if the name still sounds a bit off to some folks, the truth is this SUV has already built a rock-solid rep among people after one thing: long-term peace of mind. The main reason is under the hood. The same 2.0-liter engine from the classic Corolla, one of the most tested and tough ones out there. It's not a speed demon, but it's basically bulletproof if you stick to basic maintenance. And that's exactly what a lot of people crave, something that just runs day in and day out without issues. But the real magic isn't just the engine. The Corolla Cross also shines with a well-tuned suspension, precise steering, and a build that doesn't develop weird glitches over time. Everything's designed with practicality and simplicity in mind. Like Toyota said, let's build an SUV without surprises, and they nailed it. Is it exciting? Nah. But it's reliable, totally. There are owners who've clocked over 100,000 miles with just oil changes and filters. No faulty sensors, finicky transmissions, or unpredictable electronics. Just smooth driving and the confidence that it'll keep going. Plus, its resale value holds strong. Even after years, a well-kept Corolla Cross sells quick because people know its real worth. It's like reliability insurance in SUV form. And this is just the start. Because if you think this one's tough, wait till you see the next. You'll be surprised what some brands pull off when they set out to create something for life. Lexus RX. When we're talking reliable SUVs with a touch of luxury, the Lexus RX pops up in the conversation uninvited. And that's because this model doesn't just flaunt refined finishes and a ride smooth as silk. It has proven over years that durability can be classy too. Unlike other premium SUVs that give you migraines with delicate electronics or sky-high maintenance, the RX is the total opposite. It uses Toyota engines, sturdy transmissions, and tech that's already been battle-tested in other vehicles from the brand. The result? An SUV that blends the best of both worlds. Luxury without the hassle. Doesn't matter if you go hybrid or gas. In both, owners share stories of chill experiences, few shop visits, great fuel efficiency, and materials that age gracefully without odd noises after 3 years or upholstery fading in the sun. The funny thing is, a lot of people pick it just for the comfort. But they stick with it for decades because there's no reason to swap it out. It's that vehicle that doesn't make stories because it never complains. And in these times, that's priceless. Plus, the brand's image helps big time. Lexus has a rep as premium and reliable, which shows in strong resale and a community that values the model even with high mileage. What more could you want? If this one seemed built to last, wait to meet the next SUV. It feels like it was dreamed up by someone who hates shops as much as you do. Because yeah, there are still cars that hold up more than you'd think. The Subaru Outback is one of those SUVs that flies under the radar until you drive it. Under that rugged station wagon look hides one of the toughest vehicles around. It's literally made to endure, to tackle demanding roads, and to stick with you for years without drama. Part of its charm is the standard all-wheel drive, one of the best out there that not only gives safety in rain or rough terrain but spreads the wear evenly. Add the Boxer engine with its low center of gravity and perfect balance, and you've got a combo that racks up miles like few others. The interior isn't the fanciest, but it's functional, ergonomic, and geared toward real use. Plenty of Outbacks with over 200,000 miles are still going strong without major gripes. Why? Because Subaru builds with a toughness first, looks later mindset. You won't find massive screens or unnecessary gadgets, but the essentials work flawlessly, and owners know it. It's an SUV that wins you over with time because it rarely fails. The suspension soaks up bumps without giving in. Well, the cabin doesn't creak with age, and the engine, if you take care of it, can last forever. Does it have flaws? Yeah. Fuel economy isn't always great and parts can take time in some countries, but that doesn't overshadow its rep as a quiet warrior. Now, if you prefer a more modern SUV with sleek design and Korean reliability, hold on for the next model. It shows you don't need to spend a fortune for something that lasts. Hyundai Tucson. If you ever thought Korean cars were just cheap alternatives, the Hyundai Tucson showed up to change that view. This compact SUV doesn't just catch eyes with its looks, it's built a solid rep for tough mechanics, durable parts, affordable features, and reliability that few expected a decade ago. The Tucson is one of those models that nails the basics, and that makes it a keeper. But it won't be the fastest or the most high-tech, but it hits everything an everyday driver needs. Generous interior space, comfy ride, straightforward engines, and a transmission that stands the test of time without headaches. Many generations of the Tucson, especially from 2016 to 2022, have shown long lifespans with just routine maintenance. Oil, filters, done. Heck, a lot of mechanics recommend it without hesitation exactly for that. No hidden surprises under the hood. Plus, with so many years on the market and global acceptance, finding parts is easy and cheap. You don't wait weeks or empty your wallet for a sensor or water pump. And for used SUVs, that's almost a luxury. Areas to improve. Sure, base versions can feel a bit basic, and compared to newer SUVs, it doesn't wow. But if you want something reliable, practical, and hassle-free, well, the Tucson is a smart pick. And if you're wondering if there's something a bit more premium with a refined focus but just as solid, stick around because what's next carries that Japanese luxury stamp that doesn't disappoint. Lexus NX is one of those SUVs that doesn't turn heads until you drive it. And once behind the wheel, you get why people fall for it quietly. It's not flashy like others in its class. Instead, it's one of the safest and longest-lasting options in the compact luxury market. Built on the Toyota RAV4 platform, another longevity icon, it inherits the best of both. Toyota's mechanical strength and Lexus's premium comfort. Engines like the 2.5 hybrid have shown impressive lifespans with maintenance that won't bankrupt you, unlike other luxury brands. And inside, the NX delivers premium materials, top-notch sound insulation, a useful tech, though interfaces in older editions feel a bit dated, and seats that make long trips fatigue-free. The essence of the Lexus NX is being a premium SUV that doesn't act like one in unexpected costs. It doesn't break down, doesn't have quirky electrical fails, doesn't crumble at the slightest. It's one of those models you use for years without eyeing the shop. That's why mechanics and owners agree. It's luxury without the stress. And if you're ready to invest a bit more than in a standard SUV, the NX rewards you with peace of mind. Peace of mind knowing your money doesn't vanish over time and every drive is smooth, comfy, and alarm-free. Now, if this Japanese reliable style appeals to you but you want something bigger, more powerful, and with presence, wait for the next. It's got Korean DNA too, but for the whole family. So Kia Telluride is one of those surprises nobody saw coming. When it debuted, a lot of people saw it as another Korean attempt to take on big SUVs, but man, did it impress. Today, it's not just one of the most awarded in its class, it's also one of the most mechanic-backed for its toughness and build quality. This three-row SUV doesn't just look the part with its bold, elegant design, it holds its own like a true beast on the road. Its 3.8-liter V6 engine is reliable, powerful, and without excess gimmicky tech, making it ideal for folks who prioritize durability without complications. The interior is another win. Materials that feel high-end, smart space layout, and tech that works well without turning into a nightmare as it ages. And key point, maintenance isn't pricey. Especially for its size and features, something you can't say about a lot of competitors. Plus, breakdown reports are rare. It's common to see Tellurides with over 150,000 miles in great shape. No major mechanical dramas or early wear. As a bonus, resale value stays strong. It's not flawless. Fuel use can be high in city driving for frequent commuters, but if you need a family SUV that's solid and built to last, the Telluride is a winner. And if you prefer something more compact but just as reliable with that Japanese essence, get ready because the next is a veteran at not failing. Mazda CX-5. The Mazda CX-5 doesn't scream for attention. It's not the biggest or flashiest SUV, but one drive and you'll note what sets it apart. It's one of those models that, without fanfare, it has earned an unbreakable rep among car buffs and mechanics who rarely see it in the shop. Mazda has honed this SUV to be more than just a family hauler. It feels stable, handles nimbly, and gives off confidence. And why does that matter? Because unlike brands obsessed with the giant screens or redundant features, the CX-5 focuses on the essentials: firm driving, reliable mechanics, and a lasting experience. Under the hood, most come with proven naturally aspirated engines that are tough and easy to maintain without tangled turbos or parts that demand dealer visits for minor stuff. And in an era where everything seems made to fail fast, that's a gem. Inside, Mazda puts in the effort. Materials better than its price suggests, intuitive ergonomics, and an overall quality vibe. All without skimping on reliability. Kenneth, the CX-5 doesn't just look good. It ages gracefully. And as a true Mazda, its fuel efficiency is solid, parts are affordable without hassle, and its fan base is loyal because they know they're driving a hidden gem. Now, if you're after an SUV with a more adventurous vibe, standard all-wheel drive, and an almost mythical legacy, hold on for the next. You're gonna love it. Subaru Forester. When it comes to an SUV that can take it all, the Subaru Forester is practically legendary. It's one of those cars you see with 200,000 miles caked in mud, and it still starts without a fuss. Seriously, this model has been the perfect partner for adventurers for years, but also for folks who want a solid ride for everyday life. The secret to its longevity. First, Subaru's standard all-wheel drive. It's not an add-on, it's core. That feature not only makes it more stable on slippery or uneven surfaces, but prevents uneven wear and keeps control without complex electronics. Second, its boxer engines, though unusual, have proven to stand the test of time with just basic care. The Forester is roomy, more than it looks from the outside. Ample seats for tall people, tons of cargo space for anything, and a driving position with unbeatable visibility. It's the kind of car that doesn't just feel safe. It is, and that's made it a global family favorite. Plus, Subaru keeps something a lot of brands lost: consistency. The design might not be the showiest, but everything's in place, nothing's extra, and it all works. That, over the years, makes owning a Forester so satisfying. Want an SUV for the mountains, work, or the end of the world without drama? This is it. And if you crave one just as solid but with a more urban high-tech focus, wait for the next. It'll feel familiar. Honda CR-V. When it comes to reliable SUVs, the Honda CR-V always comes up in the convo. And it's not by chance or nostalgia. It's years of proving you can mix space, efficiency, and toughness in one well-thought-out package. It's the kind of car you buy once and over time it ends up staying in the family for generations. Not because it's the flashiest on the block, but because it just works. From the start, the CR-V earned its safe bet rep, but recent generations, especially from 2017 on, perfected the formula. Turbo engines that are more efficient, better insulated interiors, nicer materials to the touch, and tech that adds value without overcomplicating things. Yes, all backed by a suspension that handles daily use without needing constant attention. It's the vehicle you can drive every day for years without worrying about weird breakdowns, unexplained noises, or hard-to-find parts. It starts, goes, and delivers even after a long time. Space is another big strength. A roomy, usable trunk, truly comfy rear seats even for tall adults, and excellent all-around visibility. Something that's not as common these days. Driving it feels easy, intuitive, and relaxed. While not all versions have all-wheel drive, the ones that do give that extra confidence in rainy areas, dirt roads, or less than ideal conditions. It's not an extreme off-roader, but it doesn't back down when the path gets a little rough. But the most important part is where a lot don't look: the mechanical reliability. The Honda CR-V is one of those models mechanics recommend without blinking. Why? It rarely hits the shop for serious issues. It doesn't live on constant visits or expensive fixes. With basic on-time maintenance, this SUV can easily top 300,000 miles. And these days, that's saying a lot. It's not the fastest, not the fanciest, not the loudest, but one of the most balanced, durable, and reliable you can find. And that balance is gold when what you're after is peace of mind. There you have them, SUVs that won't ditch you at the first bump, not at 100,000 miles, not when plenty of time has passed since you drove it off the lot. Models that don't just survive use, they make you feel like every buck spent was worth it. Because today, with so many new cars full of screens, sensors, and promises but plagued by early failures, you're finding one that runs great for years is like striking treasure. So if you're thinking about upgrading your ride or hunting for your first SUV, save this info, mull it over, and decide with a clear head, because cheap can end up costly, but reliable gives you peace. And hey, if this video was useful to you, don't overthink it. Just subscribe and that's it. That way you won't miss the next guide to cars that are actually worth it. See you in the next one.